Hi guys, this is Abby from the Type B SLP. I wanted to pop on here today and show you my newest visual schedules. These are especially great for distance learning. I have two different options that I want to show you today. I created these for my own students for teletherapy because I was noticing that they just really needed something that I could hop over to during the session to kind of show them where we were at and how much time we had left, especially because they are at home. And I think that distinction between school and home was just a lot harder for them. So, what I have done, I've created a boom card schedule for speech. I have also created a Google Slides version of the schedule. The Google Slides version is nice because it is editable, but the Boom Cards version has a little bit more. In the set of the online visual schedules, you will get both of these, so you can just use whichever one is your preference. So first I'm going to show you the Boom Cards schedule. First, it just starts out with kind of some overview of what's included, and then it gets right into the menu. So in the menu, you have all the different things that this schedule board includes. So first we have what am I working on in speech, and this is where the student can type in what they're working on. This is really great for my older kiddos. So I would pull this out with like my 3rd through 6th graders as just a reminder, why are we here today and really what are we doing? So they could type in here or you could type in and they can tell you what they're working on. It's really important for your students to know what they're working on. Otherwise, why are we even working on it? So that's what that page looks like. Then we have a 3-part, 4-part, and 5-part speech schedule. So I'm going to show you just the 3-part one. They all look pretty similar. They just have different chunks of the schedule. So the 3-part schedule is first, next, last. So for example, I always start with a book. Then we usually will do sentences, or we might do our speech sounds, or, maybe something online. Then when we end, it's usually with movement, or sometimes we'll end with a game. So the nice thing that I have changed about these boom cards was I was noticing that my students were getting kind of hung up on all of this stuff over here. So what you can do, you can take each piece and put it into the, quote unquote trash can here so that the images are hidden from your student. If your student really can't handle even seeing these, you can do this prior to the session. So let's say you got 2 minutes, you're on Zoom waiting for your student to get on, jump over here and just put all of these over in the trash. When you come back to this later, once you've closed out and come back to it later, these pieces will all be back over here. So, they're not lost, they don't go anywhere. And the other thing, if you need to pull those back out, just move this trash can over. I advise probably not letting your students see that, but you can move the trash can over and grab those out of there. So now this is way less distracting, and this is what your student can focus on. And you could even minimize that so it's only half a screen so that your student can see it on just on the half of the screen while they're doing something else. So let me just show you quick. 4 and 5-part look very similar. Again, you can hide the pieces and then, move the ones that you need into the schedule. Then this is the 5-part schedule here. So all looks really similar. I tried to include the most popular pieces. I had been given votes from my email subscribers, so I had gotten over like 300 votes, and I tried to include the most popular options. The next part would be our first then schedule. So for this, you again can hide the pieces in the garbage. So let's say, first we need to do our book and then we get to do potato head. So if these things again are distracting, just go ahead and hide them in the trash can, and then your student won't get so distracted by those. Another option with the first then board, sometimes my students need to be able to request a break. So I have included this break card. They can actually click this and it will jump into the behavior pieces that I've created. So I will show you that in just a minute, but I'm going to jump back home to show you the working for. So I have a working for with 4 tasks and I have a working for with 5 tasks. And what you do, again, you just put the thing that you're working for, the student's working for here. And then you'll be able to cover up each circle with the sticker as you achieve each one. And then at the end, it says done so that they have that visual of this is it, we're done. Again, you can hide these over here if you don't want your student to be distracted by all the pieces here. And I've included a lot of incentives over on this side so that that's what they can be working for. So like I said, I also included one with 5 tasks, and here is that. And next I want to show you what it looks like if they do need to take a break. So let's say they get to 3 tasks that they finished and you're seeing that they need a break before they can get their toy reward. So we're going to click here, and now we can talk about our feelings, and maybe they are feeling mad or maybe they're confused from the activity. So you can pull that in there. I'm feeling mad. We can talk about why. And then here, when I am upset, I can. And now you're gonna be able to click on 6 different calming strategies that they can do. So let's say we want to do 10 jumping jacks. Maybe movement is a really good calming strategy for them to get them back on tasks. So it has a video here. It's that visual cue of what they'll be working on in order to get back to focus. And then it's going to show just a really short jumping jack song that they can do as they're doing their jumping jacks. And then I've also included some self-regulation buttons. Are you well done? Yes or no. Yes, that means we can get back to the activity, or no, maybe we need to go try one more calming strategy. So maybe next they want to relax quietly, and there's some really calming music that they can listen to. And then again, all done, yes or no. And there's some instructions here too, so that they kind of know and you can direct them to what they'll be doing. So that is what the behavior visuals look like that are included. And like I said, there's all different types of visuals. This one has actual like physical pieces you can move as you count. So this is nice for my kiddos that really just need to slow down in order to self-regulate, while, not even being able to self-regulate yet, but while I'm helping them with those regulation skills. So 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So that is the schedule on the Boom set. And like I said, you would get all of this included. So the difference between the real big difference between the Boom cards and the Google Slides is that the Google Slides are actually going to be editable so that you can add your own pieces. So let me just quickly kind of show you how that looks. So you've got buttons here you can pick. I did include a button for a visual timer, so you can click on that. My students tend to need that, especially if we're going to be finishing an activity to move on to something else, or if we're transitioning out of speech. That's what this really does help with. So you can click that and you can use the visual timer. You can type in your own time, whatever you need for your student. So it's kind of open-ended for that. Again, we have a what am I working on? You can type here. This is really great, like I said, for older students. Then what we have are all of the extra visuals. So I've included a ton of visuals for you to be able to use so that, this really should be able to work with any student. So we have preschool visuals, we have school-aged visuals. I have included some fine motor visuals. We have OTPT visuals, and then I've got a bunch of extra visuals, and these kind of are a little more related to COVID and everything that's going on. So in case you are in your classrooms and you need to, have a reminder to clean up before you go, there are those for you. I'm going to come back to this, but this is where you can actually make your own visuals. Like I said, this is editable so that you can, completely do whatever it is that your student needs to be working for, whatever they're motivated by, that's what you can use these for. Then we have 2 first then cards. I did include a break here, and a lot of times my kiddos are just working for a break. So we might do a quick activity and then they get the break. So I'm going to show you how you can put activities into this card, and then this would be where the break would go. These cards can be changed in size. So if you want to make that nice and big to show them we're working for our break, then you can do that as well. So we have 2 of those. Then we have all of our schedule pieces. So we've got first, next, last. I've included many different variations depending on your needs. We've included some colored ones. And then at the end, there is this one. And again, this one would be for older students. And you can have them type, or maybe you do it together, you type in each activity, and when they're finished, you can pull the done button over and, show them or even let them do it, because that's pretty rewarding to show them you have finished that task. So that's how those buttons work. But let me jump back up because I had mentioned that you can pull all of the pieces into the schedule. So option one, when you get to your schedule board, let's say I'm working with Johnny, and first we're going to be doing our speech sounds, then we're going to be doing a book, and then we're going to end with something that he's going to get to choose. Okay, so that's great. Those are all right there, super simple. As we finished, he or I can pull the done card up and show, yep, we have finished that. Done, done, done. And, then we're good to go. These can be dragged and deleted and moved in case you need to hide those. That's completely fine as well. But let's say that maybe Johnny doesn't work real well for a you choose. Maybe he needs something a little more motivating. So what you can do, go back up to these. Like I said, you have tons of choices. And let's say that Johnny really wants an online game. And he's got a specific online game that he absolutely loves, and he needs to see that on his schedule in order to, work really hard during speech for that. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click copy. Then I'm going to go back down to Johnny's schedule, and I'm going to right click paste. And now this visual can go right onto his schedule so he can see that that's what he's working for. So maybe we're doing a book, then we're going to do some coloring, and then he gets to see, we're working for that game, and that's what we get to do. And okay, as we finish, we finished the book. We finished coloring, and now you get to do your game. So that can be a little more rewarding. That's why I want to make sure to include a ton of options for you so that you can make sure you have exactly what your student would need. So just to show you one more time, let's say he's working on his device today, right click, copy, and then you can just paste that into whatever visual schedule or first then board you would need. So let's say we want to do first. We're going to practice our device today. You can, like I said, you can size that, make it bigger, and then you get the break. So that would be just a really nice, simple visual for your student. Now, like I said, I wanted this to be something that you could change and use with any student. So I did include this option to edit your own buttons. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on one of the pieces, and then up here, you're going to click replace image, and you can search the web. Okay, and I had searched Peppa Pig, but let's say I want to search Paw Patrol. Maybe that's something he really needs to work for. So now I can choose any of these images from the web, and maybe we'll just do this one. That's a nice clear image of Paw Patrol. So I'm going to click the image, and then I'm going to click replace, and it should fill in right in here. Okay, so now I've got a button for my schedule. So I'm going to right click, copy, and let's say we move that break, we'll put that there. He doesn't need that, but he really wants first device and then Paw Patrol. So now I have just simply created the exact piece that I need for that specific student. If I want it in my schedule, again, I'm going to right click paste. It's already sized for you, so you can just put that right into the schedule. So now you can really use this for any student who's working on, whatever it is that they work well for, or if you've got something special that's not included, that can't be included in these visuals, now you've got your own to be able to do it. So I hope that was helpful, whether you are interested in the Boom Card schedule or into the Google Slide schedule. I will link this little bundle in my description below so that you can grab this. I hope it's something that you enjoy. I hope it's something that can be really helpful for your students. And go ahead and you can find me over on Instagram. I'm always sharing more over there at the Type B SLP. All right, thanks. Bye.